Hey Spielberg, let me give you 5 tips on how to make your videos better. Hey everybody, it's Ben here from JobNimbus with the Building Business channel, and I've got Dan from S Films with me. Welcome.
Thank you.
And I want to talk about the mechanics of taking video to put online. I think a lot of people feel like, well, wait, I don't have the special type of camera, and I don't know about audio, and I'm super just scared to even get started because I don't have the equipment. What would you say to somebody like that?
And believe it or not, I get a lot of people who come to me with that very thing.
Yeah.
It's where do I start? I don't know how to make video. I don't know what to do. And you can grab your smartphone and you can make good video with just some really simple mechanical tips and tricks.
Wow.
So there are some. I could probably bring it down to the top 5 things that you could do to make your videos better. Okay, number 1, make sure you orient your camera, your smartphone, in the best direction for where you're going to put the video. Now, it used to be, I always said, make sure you shoot horizontally.
Landscape.
So landscape, shoot this way, don't shoot this way.
Right.
However, that's changed. With Instagram, it's actually, and TikTok, it's actually better to go long.
Portrait mode.
Yeah, portrait or vertical.
Yep.
But for everything else, go landscape.
Okay.
That's tip number 1.
Yep.
Tip number 2, make sure that you frame yourself with the rule of thirds, or frame your video, whatever you're shooting. The rule of thirds is something that is a secret that people don't really understand it and know about. But draw a tic-tac-toe board on your screen and put the thing of interest. If you're talking to a person, it's their eyes.
Yep.
In the top intersections of your tic-tac-toe board that you've drawn on your screen. So don't just put somebody right smack dab in the center, and with all this what we call headroom, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, lighting. You don't have to have lighting. You don't have to have anything special like that, but don't do the bad things. In other words, don't put your subject in front of a bright window.
Yeah.
Okay, don't do that.
It was all backlit and they're all dark and you can't even
turn it
see
around and shoot with the window being your light source.
Yes.
You know, and the other thing is that the bigger the light source in size, not in intensity, the softer the light is on somebody and the more pleasing it looks. So now we go to, let's say, tip number 4, and that is don't do symmetry unless you want to do symmetry. Symmetry is a very harsh statement. It's very harsh on the eyes, and it says something. It's very confrontational. That's again why we go back to the rule of thirds. You're putting somebody off slightly.
Off-center people, so it's not exactly in the middle of everything.
Yeah, unless your messaging is, you're a lawyer and you're wanting to do that, then be confrontational, absolutely. But if you're selling a roofing service or something like that, I don't know that you want to be confrontational.
Yeah.
The 5th top tip I could give is actually the most important, and that is good audio.
Yeah.
So many people do video, and you can make the most beautiful video, but if you have bad audio, too much wind noise, or you're in a really noisy location and people just cannot understand you, it doesn't matter how good your video is.
Or your phone's too far away from you.
Your phone's too far away, then people are going to check out. They're not going to watch your video. So out of all 5, the 5th one being sound, I would put that as number 1. That is the most important thing. So you can very inexpensively just buy a lavalier mic like what I've got on right here, and you can get really cheap ones for $30, $40. You get what you pay for. But $100, $150, and you've got really good, good microphone for your smartphone.
Yep, you just plug it right into the jack there and it will record the audio automatically. Super cool. All right, that's great. I'm captured the video. I've got some good content. I think the thing where a lot of people get worried, and especially is, I mean, most of us have taken a video with our phone. Very few of us have edited a video. Talk to me about how you edit on your device, your phone. What are some ways that you can cut up a video easily to get it ready to go?
Honestly, for editing your videos, unless you have a lot of time, I would actually recommend that you seek a professional.
Oh,
there are going to be places around locally that you can send your footage to that they can edit it for you. You can buy video editors for your phone, but honestly, you're going to have to spend some time figuring that out, learning how to do it, and doing it a lot to be able to get good and fast at it. It is not easy. So it's just like anything, any profession, you know, from roofing to drywall to installation to any of that kind of stuff. You can do it, but it'd probably be better to let the professionals do it unless you want to do it professionally.
Yeah.
So editing is a different animal. It's tricky.
It's a tough one. So what I would say is, don't do anything you need to edit.
Exactly. So just shoot it. Just be ready to go. You've got your phone here, and you click it, go, and you know what you're going to say. You do it, and then you click it, stop. You've got good audio. You're not shooting yourself against a window. You're there. Upload it. You're good to go.
But what if you're like, you know, you're having a little bit of flub. Sometimes you have a little bit of a, I forgot what I was going to say. Is that okay in a video?
Absolutely, as long as it doesn't get too distracting.
Yep.
If your wheel's off with the ums and everything else like that, then just
might need to redo it.
Just redo it.
Yep.
Just delete it and redo it.
Thanks, Dan. Okay, so to recap Dan's top 5, number 1, use the format for the social media. So that means like landscape or portrait, depending on where you're going to push that video. Number 2, you want to use the rule of thirds. So break up your frame and don't have your subject directly in the middle. Number 3 is lighting. You want to make sure there's good lighting for your subject, and also make sure there's not a bunch of backlighting. Number 4 is symmetry. You want to make sure that that person is not directly in the center of everything you're doing. It looks much more interesting if they're a little bit offset. And number 5, the most important, have great audio. Okay, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back next week. Keep on building your business.